going back to the times there, Dick, with you in the NBA, and you mentioned about the ruptured Achilles tendon there in '67. Come 1970. Game 7 of the finals against Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, and the Lakers, and you guys coming off that 22-point loss in Game 6. It's known as the Willis Reed game for the incredible emotional lift he gave you guys. I think people forget about Walt Frazier's 36 points, 19 assists, 7 rebounds. You, my friend, also dropped 21 in that game. Dave DeBusschere had 18 points, 17 rebounds. You guys were up 27 at the half. That game was over. Do you get goosebumps to this day thinking about that memorable night?
No, it was, Matt, it was a wonderful night, and it's a part of my memory bank. But, I must, even though as important as that was, I always tell the tale, my journey into manhood and becoming a professional athlete is a lonely journey in terms of dedication and everything else involved in, but it was a training ground that was really hopeful when I started on a lonely trail to becoming a doctorate in education in sports management, really telling young people how sports began, how sports has become a people business, gender, race, ethnicity, a whole bunch of things. And one of the things that my foundation, the Dr. Richard Barnett Foundation, dealing with sports, education, and technology is involved in. So we're going to be doing a number of things with the NBA and young people. That's particularly with what we're calling the senior ambassadors, with a combination of, I must reiterate, Jerry West, Bill Bradley, Oscar Robertson, and myself.
That's awesome to hear. I'm curious to you, we brought this up to Lucius Allen as well, Dick, about nowadays you have the younger generation learning about some of these legends like yourself through this video game of the NBA 2K where they can play you and have that great jump shot that you had in the old teams. But how powerful is it not only that they can learn about the name Dick Barnett and other legends like yourself, and then use the information that they find on the internet and see the impact that you made, not only on the basketball court, but like you said here, with putting together these panel discussions and the things you've done, philanthropic things you've done, and through education. How, I guess, heartwarming is that for you personally?
Very personal. I'm excited about, particularly with technology, as I indicated, not using Zoom to talk directly to young people and share some of your experiences and let them remind them the shoulders that they're walking on. One of the things that I love to talk to young people about, some of the quotes from Dr. King indicating from that 1619 and those young people in the streets reiterating that, as Carlyle said, no lie can live forever. And that has come to the fore, that truth crushed to earth will rise again. And that's what it has taken. Our parents and our grandparents have proven that the arc of the universe bends towards justice. And these young people in the streets are helping change the trajectory of America, where America has to go and live up to the edicts of the Constitution.
Coach Hatcher, as I turn it back to you for a moment, I imagine you get goosebumps hearing Dick talk and discuss some of these things. As you said, Dick is so very humble, graceful. I mean, this is a guy that was an all-star, an NBA champion. His jersey's retired in New York City, hanging in the rafters at Madison Square Garden. But he realizes that sports was a vehicle for him to further impact lives and educate people through other avenues with that deep reservoir of knowledge. That's not the case with all athletes. Try to describe for me how meaningful that is to you.
To me, it was good because at that particular time when Dr. King and Reverend Abernathy and Dr. David Lowry was so instrumental, and Dr., of course, Attorney Austin here down in the Hampton Roads area in Norfolk, when they contacted me to be the first black to integrate a major high school in the state of Virginia, that was very instrumental. But one of the first things that I found myself doing was talking to a guy named Dave DeBusschere in a place called Kentucky, Scotland Neck, Kentucky. He was out there, and we did a little tournament out there. And we talked about the championship team and things of that nature that Dick was on, and of course Wally and I. But when I became the first African American ever make All-American in a predominantly white high school division in the South, that was very important for me. And then to be able to go All-American, the first thing I wanted to do was make sure I got to New York in the Rucker tournament. And the first cat I saw that I was able to get a hold of at that particular time, not only with Wally, was Dick Barnett. Those were the cats that popped up and really did an impact in my being what I am. They made sure that I understood the power of education and what I was actually doing, along with a great guy like we talked about is Dr. Richard Lapjack, another peer of Dick Barnett. So I can only say something that I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the like and the role modelship of guys like Dr. Barnett. And say also, for Matt, I want the Hampton Roads area to know that soon, and somewhere, God willing, in the fall, Hampton Roads will be graced with the presence of Dr. Dick Barnett. And coming to Hampton Roads, I think this will be his first time. Wow. And with that alone, coming right there to get with you, Matt, I think this will be a great treat for the history of sports in the Hampton Roads area to take another giant step on the shoulders of those to help make the game as to what it is today.
Absolutely. We look forward to that and having Dick Barnett up here and a chance to speak to people face-to-face. We continue on with the former NBA champion and living legend Dick Barnett, formerly of the Knicks, known as the fallback baby in the skull, here on the 757-6, along with our pal Coach Charles Hatcher from Norview Sports Inside and Out, the legends of sports here. A few more minutes with these guys on ESPN Radio 94.1, and we really appreciate it. Let you guys go. But Dick, to kind of piggyback a little bit on what Coach Hatcher talked about there, speak on the relationships that you built. Guys that were your teammates, the Dave DeBuschers, the Walt Clyde Frazier's, the Willis Reeds, the Bill Bradleys, those relationships, I imagine they're everlasting, and what you guys discuss about to these days and how that championship changed your life beyond the game of basketball.
Well, obviously, the relationship that has been the appreciable substance that have come out of playing professional sports. I just got a call today from the NBA, from the commissioner's office, and they're going to be recording one of my poems, and I'd like to quote a little bit of that, and Chuck knows a little bit of the poem, What Now, My Brother?
Yeah.
And if I could quote one paragraph of that.
Sure, go ahead.
It's called, What Now, My Brother? After the cheering has ended, and the applause and accolades began descending. What now, my brother? When the media and fans turn to others for their dose of the entertainment bill, when no one recognizes you and life begins to turn real, what happened to the hanger-ons? Did they leave you for another, or did they dish you in scorn? What now, my brother? What happened to the cheers and the seats packed through the years? People calling your name, riding the whirlwind of intoxicating drama and fame. The waiting time has run its course. The airports are empty, and only the ghosts rejoice as the shadow of fleeting fame disappears, and the cold reality of the real world finally Matt awake and feared. The brother who believed the high-octane ride would never end, as the wilting shock of reality will regrettably begin, bringing loneliness and tears and gathering years from the peanut gallery and the loss of super salaries. What now, my brother? That's a little bit of it now.
That is great.
Matt, what's going to be more powerful?
Mm-hmm.
The NBA entertainment is going to be recording that. There are 4 paragraphs. Oscar will be quoting one paragraph, Bradley the other, Jerry West, and myself, so we can reach a number of young people, the senior ambassadors to the NBA.
That's outstanding. A couple minutes here with you, Dr. Barnett, and I'm so thankful for his time, and I'll let you run. But it's the 50-year anniversary of that championship, and of course you won a second one there in 1973. As you look at the sport of basketball today and all the greats, from the guys like Jerry West and Bill Bradley, yourself, the Bill Russells, the Kareems, you can go down the list of so many guys, to see what all of you have collectively been able to do post-basketball and watch how the game has grown. Give me your thoughts on what you guys have done off the court, and then also the state of basketball and the game today. Where is it in your eyes?
Well, that's why I wanted to quote you at the foreign on that. Don't forget the title. What now, my brother? What's next?
What's next?
And to get prepared for the future. As I indicated before, to help us step back on the stage of history as free, proud, and productive people. That's what it's all about.
Yeah. Well, last one for me, and then I'll get one more for you here, Coach Hatcher. What would you tell? I mean, you've had contact with the commissioner's office and through your wealth of knowledge and the Dr. Barnett Center and everything that you've done. And what would you tell Commissioner Adam Silver here as he embarks on what is a really, really challenging time in our world and for the sports world, the game of professional basketball? What things would you tell him?
Hire Dick Barnett.
That had to come back. That had to come. Yeah. But,
Hire Dick Barnett. But you don't want the next job coaching, right?
oh, no.
No, I'm not going to. I'm going to be doing some things as it works out as a life coach.
Okay.
So it is beyond just coaching the fundamental of basketball. It's qualified as a life coach. Okay.
Okay. All right. Good deal. Well, hey, it's been an absolute blast. And Coach Hatcher, really just so much wisdom and knowledge and great stories passed on by the living legend himself, Dick Barnett, couple of championships with the Knicks. And as you can tell, certainly his contributions to our world have been as great for what he did in basketball, even more so, I think, off the court in the lives he's touched and been able to impact through his words and his knowledge.
And a tremendous offer. We're going to also try to push out his book again that's still relevant now, more so than be coming back out to be in a renaissance situation for it. It's more apparent now than ever before, and we're going to bring out and let that book come back to service for Dick as well. But again, we always want to make sure we get the platform. That's what we do. We're happy to have the platform that people can talk to those that help make the game, not on the court, but off the court. And that's what we're so proud of with what we do. We've been doing it so long. And, and Dick, we've been going to all-star games. We get together and we start to, oh, my God, to talk about the things we used to do is ridiculous. But, I always miss him. And, the last time we were there, I think we were doing the Spencer Haywood project in Las Vegas, I think was the last time I got a chance to really get with my dear friend. And since my little mishap and, of course, I just thank God for a good friend, a very, very knowledgeable person, and a man of the world, a truly linguistical guru when it comes to knowledge and self-motivation and clinician activities. I love him. He's a dear friend. That's why he's always said he's not just another brother. He is my brother. So just God bless you. As always, Dr. Dick Fallback, baby, call that.
Oh, okay, Chuck. It's been great.
Okay. No,
Thank you, Dr. Barnett. We really appreciate it, and best wishes to you moving forward.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Matt. Thank you much, Hampton Roads, for continuing to make this young man one of the more popular, I'll say, sports facilitators in the 757. God bless you, my young friend. All right.
Take care, guys. It's Dick Barnett, the legend from the New York Knicks, with us here on the 757 at 6. And, of course, Charles Hatcher, Sports Inside and Out, the Legends of Sports.